channel. I am Art Walker 170. My channel is Art Walker, and I am doing a very well, not a short one, 45 minutes. I've got 45 minutes available for this live stream on how to draw folds and wrinkles. So everything that I do it pretty much for free. Don't get paid by anyone, TikTok or any other channel. So all I ask is that if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you are interested in a lot of my live streams, they're being recorded and I actually post them onto YouTube. So if you go to Art Walker, you can find all of these on my YouTube channel, and you can draw along. Some of them are longer than others, unedited, but I am in the process of adding some edited ones that cover specific body parts and clothing and so on. So this one will also be recorded. So we're going to get into this. Here I've got an example. I've got a couple of examples actually. So everything that you see me show, I have designed, probably drawn it. No, not probably. I have drawn it myself. And they're probably original characters. Like, say, for example, here we're going to be talking about clothing. So I've got a few examples of images that I've drawn in the past. Like here, this is obviously from Cyberpunk. Unfortunately, I haven't finished it. I would like to finish that maybe one day soon. But as you can see, we have some pretty cool folds and clothing and shading and stuff like that. So this is more like block shading. So we'll look a little bit into that. Then I've drawn this young lady here. So we have a more flowing dress type situation here. That is actually the ink, and this is the original pencil sketch that I traced over with the light table. So we're going to touch on how we can add folding like so. And what's the last one? I don't think, well, the last one I'll show it anyway. This is more like a steampunk young lady, a little bit slightly off topic, but it was just on the back of that one. So we're going to look at folds. So I'm going to try and break it down as easy as possible. And hopefully by the end of this live stream, you'll have a good idea as to how I do it. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it. It's just the way that I personally do it. So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you really like what you see and you want to support my channel, just hit the share button and share the live. So let's get into this. So what I like to do is I've got a few props on the side here. So if you do see me looking at anything, it's because I've got a few props like here. This has got folds in it. So I will be using a few props just to explain my point. Anyone got any questions? Oh, this one? Ah, this one. This one I think you mean. This one. Yeah, this is I do tend to draw a lot of females and then really, really ugly males, unfortunately. Not very good at drawing male characters. I just draw, and this is an original character that I designed myself. I quite like that. The male characters are boring. You end up having to draw like big muscles and it's just a bit, I can't be bothered. I like to draw females better. No, men are boring. Men are easy to draw. Boring. Females are better. I like females. So anyway, let's not digress. I hope you guys have got a pen and paper or whatever you like to use, and let's get into this. So if I just draw a simple, let's just draw a simple box like this, all right? Oops, I didn't draw a box properly. I've given away the solution already. So if you see there, we've got a rectangle. I'm just going to grab a few other pens here. Where's that green one gone? Oh yeah, here. So if you do this again, however, you wave this line here, like so. I know this is really basic. However, we're going to do it. We're going to start it very, very basically. So all of a sudden now we've turned this pretty square, flat sheet. It's not drawn very well. It should be really flat. And now we've added a wave to it, right? So that's basically what we want to do. As you can see, I've created this little gap here. That little gap shows us that this, let's call it piece of paper, has cast a shadow underneath. Let's do the same here. We'll add a line underneath, and then we're going to add some shading. Like so. See that? So now we've got a piece of paper, or yeah, it could be whatever tin that is slightly wavy, right? So now what I'm doing here is identifying where the shading must be, right? It's the same with clothing. You have to identify where the shading must be, right? So where it folds and so on, right? And we're going to go into that in a minute, but we're going to do it really, really slowly. It's better to go in slowly, right? So now if I do the same thing and I go, okay, I'm just going to draw a random shape here. Let's go like so. Where would the shading be? Where would the shading be? Logically, where would it be? If this is a card, where would we add the shading? I like to ask questions. And thank you. Exactly. Thank you for the follows, by the way. It's going to be on the inside, right? So we're going to add, and obviously the deeper into the corner. So if I add an arrow going outwards like that, the deeper into the corner, the deeper the shadow. You see what I'm saying? So to the point that this part would almost be shade free. It would have a little bit of a difference, yeah? But now you can see we've got something that resembles a card. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is what we have to identify even when we're drawing, say for example, clothing. We have to identify where are the shadows, where are the folds, right? So let's take it a little bit further now. Excuse me. Has anyone got any questions, by the way? Anyone got any questions? Thank you, Katie. And thank you, Red Heron, for the gift. Much appreciated. Has anyone got any questions about what I've just done up until now? So now let's look at... No questions? Yeah, and if you like what you see, please hit the like button. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. If you want to support me, hit the like button and share it, because then it makes me feel happy. If you want to make me happy, that would make me happy. So anyway, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw here a tube. All right, so I'm going to draw a tube here, and then I'm going to draw the same tube here. And then I'll draw, why not do another one? So if you look at this, always rounding the bottom off here, right? I've always rounded it off. So we've got our tube. So if I was to give this a thickness here on the inside, and then hatch it up, I think everyone identifies that as a tube, right? So if you identify that as a tube, let me just finish that off quickly. Does that look hard or soft? Just looking at what you see here, does that look hard or soft? Exactly. Exactly. That looks hard because this ridge is really thick and it looks like something that you would find around cabling, right? So that's what you have to understand. That looks hard. How you doing, Najla? I saw your text. I was literally just going online. So I'll respond to it later on. So that looks hard, right? So what we have to do is we have to think, okay, think about the material that you're drawing, right? So for me, that would be something hard. It looks like I don't know, let's turn it into some sort of wire or something like that. So now so we've got very straight lines. Material doesn't really move 100% straight. So let's put a little knick here, like so. So now we've softened it. You see that? It's softened the material, right? And then let's add just a little bit of shade in here. So now we're depicting where the lights is being obstructed by the fold. See that? So that's kind of softened it, right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of softened it. However, let's take it another step further. Let's see, like if I go like that, you can almost see it's really softened the material, right? And then if I go same sort of thing, but I'm going to curve these lines, right? So I'm curving, and I'm curving again, and I'm curving again, and again. So now we've got 3 different materials. You see that? I'm going to add some shading, and I'm going to add also here some shading, and also here. It's like a squash can, because now you look at this, you know why that looks like a squash can? Because the folds are really hard. Do you see that? The folds are very straight. So when you add straight folds to a material, then that material almost looks like a plastic kind of jacket, if you know what I mean. So say for example, if you look at this here, you wouldn't look at this and say this looks like a silk material. You would say this is quite a hard material. It could be not canvas, because canvas can be quite soft. But you know those rain jackets, what are they called? The barber jacket. They fold differently, like a leather material. So this would be a harder material, just because of the way it folds. Does that make sense? Say for example here, you wouldn't say that's a leather, you would say that's a very soft flowing material. Do you see that? Because of the very thin folds. That's what you have to understand. Yeah, that was Lucy. Yeah, that was Lucy. That was a Lucy sketch. And this is just some random anime girl that I drew with long hair, as you can see, very long hair. So has anyone got any questions? Nylon. Do you mean nylon? You know, like, not neoprene. It's not like a neoprene, but it's like, if you imagine a material that like this, if we have a material like this, it looks softer than this, right? So we've gone from hard to softer still. And then if we go even softer, we're going to add even more. Let's add some random folds here. You see? And now I've got an even softer material than this one here, because of all of the creases I'm adding. So these creases just make the material a lot softer. And that makes your, let's say your clothing look a little bit more convincing, because this would be more like a shirt material. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sort of that kind of, yeah, spandex, you know, or even, yeah, spandex I think is the right, what do people wear? Latex. Let's not go there. But you know what I mean? It's kind of harder. It's a harder material. And it's got harder folds. So now we're softening it. And then where we have these little folds, I'm just adding a little bit of shading. And obviously you can chain your folds together so they meet You see that? They kind of meet in the middle without having a line, right? So without having a line, we make the folds meet. And then the eye, it gets drawn, the eye gets drawn, and it automatically connects these two. It automatically connects this line here to this shaded area here. So here we've got a fold. So why not add a little bit of a fold here? And now this is the softest material. Is that clear to everyone? You see, every time it's getting softer. You see? He was very rigid. This kind of, to be honest, this kind of material that's what's used for, not 100%, but when you look at anime, that's the type of shading that they use. This hatching is totally different. You don't see that much in anime, but that would be more Marvel or more semi-realistic. Let's say I drew one today like that, you see? So this is a different type of shading. So when you're drawing an anime, your shading is going to be more block form. So say, for example, if I draw that arm again, let's draw that arm again. I'll put it to the side here. Let me just quickly map it out. So we've got this. Right, so I'm drawing this arm again. This one here, right? So if we've got it roughly right, I think we pretty much got it roughly right. And so imagine we've got this. What I do is I think of this overall shape. So the overall shape is this here, the outline here. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have put the details in there already. But what you have to do is think of the overall shape, right? So if the overall shape is like this, I'm going to do it quickly again without the line on the inside. Right? So I think of this shape first. Shading, yes. Shading, folds and shading. We're doing a bit of both. They overlap, right? So I think when I'm drawing something like this, I think of the overall shape that I want. And then I think, right, how do I want it to fold? If I've got this arm here, and this part of the arm is close to the body, that's where I determine, okay, I want my shading to be, my darkest shading to be on the outside. I want my darkest shading to be under this, I don't know what almost like a collar or the jacket, the top of the jacket. So this line would come in handy, all right? And then I'm thinking, right, I want it to fold outwards here, inwards here, outwards here, and then straight down, for example, right? Then I want a deeper fold. So this is simply a V shape, right? I'm just simply doing a V shape. I want a deeper fold here. I want a deeper fold here because it's this part here, right? I want a deeper fold here because it's got this angled line here. I'm going to add a fold there. And then what I would do is definitely here, I want this section to be darker. So I'm mapping it out. And that's how I would block the shading. I would block it in that way. And then I've showed you guys this before. When I shade like with the pen, it's totally different from shading with the pencil. I haven't got an example here. Yeah, this one will probably work. Kind of. But here, say for example here, shading with the pencil is totally different. But when you're shading with the pen, you have to build your your gradient of color up, so or of shading up. So say for example, this is level 1. So that's one run of hatch. Then I'm going to go level 2. Then I'm going to go, this is 1, this is 2. So that was one run of lines. Now I'm going to do 2 lines. 2 runs, excuse me. See that? And then I'm going to go level 3. So that would mean 1, 2, 3. See, now we've got this gradual tone building up. And obviously, the 4th one would be 44 runs. No, I'm joking. Not 44, just 4. So we're going to go 1 and try and keep it as accurate as possible. It's not, you know, it's not tragic if you don't. 2, 3, and 4. That's how you can build these gradients up. You can see there's a slight variation between 3 and 4 and so on. So that is a good little tip there, right? If I'm thinking, okay, I want to hatch this arm here that we've got here, I'm going to go diagonal crosshatch, right? So now what I have to think is, okay, this is level 4, this is level 4, this is level 4. See that? So I'll do a level 1 all over the place, right? And then I might say, oh, you know what I want? I want a level 4 here. And now you can automatically see we've given this arm some cool shading. And then what I will do is I'm going to block it out like so. I'm going to add additional folds here. I'll pause the action in a minute. And then I'm going to go darker here. And then I want here to be quite dark because it's kind of pleated together on this part of the arm here. So I'm just literally guessing that. And then I want to add a little bit here. And then here it's far too, for me, it's far too flat. So I'm going to add some here. And definitely here underneath here would be very dark. So I'm going to add some heavier shading there. So, Crystal, how you doing? Yes, you may. That's the drawing on the right. Has anyone got any questions about that? DJ Manny, I didn't see you enter the room. Excuse me. Nice to see you, mate. I had my head down. Is anyone? Thank you for that, Katie, for all the shares and stuff. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you really like what you see, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's how you can help me. Is everyone getting that? Has anyone got any questions? Oh, the time has flown. Wow. You're welcome. I'm good, mate. I'm gonna learn Afrikaans by the time we're finished. I'm gonna have to try and I'll have to look it up. See, so that's how you do that. So what you can do is practice now. You can practice, so for example, if you have to think about, right, okay, folds. Let's draw an arm. All right, so we're not going to go into too much. We're just going to draw a random arm. Doesn't really matter how the hand is, what it's doing. It doesn't really matter. So if you know how I draw arms, you know the best way for a beginner, I believe, is to add cylinders, right? So I'm going to keep it all in green, like so. So just managed to find. Oh, oh, bless. I'll definitely have a look. You never know. You might even see me drawing your face in a live stream one day soon. Might be. I, but you can send them to me, yeah, right? Or I had to accept it. Oh, why did I accept? Oh, I should have. I could have sworn I said delete. Oh, on Discord. Oh, really? Okay, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Good. Okay, so if we have this green, so can you add a light source? Yeah, but you know, with say for example with folds, there's usually it's like a universal light, isn't it? It's say for example on the if I was to add a strong light source here, then you know like this shading here, that's what I would do. I would probably say, okay, I'm gonna go level 1 here. Right, so this I'm gonna draw the best torch in the world. You know, you guys know how good I'm drawing torches, right? So this is my torch. Light is coming that way. Everywhere. Let's say it's everywhere. I should have put it more in the middle. But then this is where we can add more shading here and here. So now we're telling the viewer that the light source is on my right. And we could even say, for example, here on the inside here, I could add some shading here because it's not being hit by the light. And that tells us again that this area here is well lit. This area here, because it's folded, would stay in the darkness. And then obviously we would go even darker around the back here. Here would stay well lit, as I explained earlier. Here would go very dark. And then also here, darker still. So that's how you would add the light source. Let's add a little bit of shading here. You're welcome. You're welcome. Not my dear Katie Mania. It sounds like a rap. That sounds like a rap. Is everyone getting that? Is everyone getting that? So let's get onto this now. Let's get onto this quickly. I'm running out of time. See, you start these subjects and they just become so big. You know, they just get larger and larger, take up so much time. But it's all good. So now we are here. So if we've got an arm here, this random green arm, and we want to draw a shirt. So I'm going to draw the shirt in red, right? So if, like we've got here, we have to think, don't draw the shirt square like this, because that flattens the object, right? You have to use curved lines. So if that was the shirt here, you have to, that is not good. It's flat and it's square and it's not right. If that's your art style, then it's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to round this off to fit around the arm here. Like so. Round it off again here because it's going around the arm. That's important if you want your object to have a mass. So let's just keep going. I'm going to go straight down here. And then now automatically I know we need to add some folds here. Right at the corner of the arm. It will affect the rest of the arm here. And because the arm's being stretched out, we're going to have folds stretching out along here. And then here would be very tight. See, so that's where we can add some folds where the arm is being raised, and then we add the fold right into the corner here. And let's bulk this out a little bit. And as I said, every now and again, when you look at, definitely look at references, you see some folds meet together. They meet at the same point, like here, they meet at the same point. And then you've got this fold. And let's add one here that follows the muscle here. So we just add a bit of shading. So it almost looks like it follows the muscle. And then we'll add some shading all around the lower part of our shirt. Oh, yeah, that was slightly, excuse me. But this you got, right? Excuse me. I don't do that often anymore. Oh, thank you for the follows, everyone. You see that? But that started, and that's what I would do as well. I would literally just say, right, okay, I'm going to draw a shirt, or I'm going to draw an arm. Let's just draw an arm. Making sure I'm in frame. Don't want to get told off. Don't want to get told off. So I would just literally draw it straight like this, right? And then what I would do is I would say, okay, where's the elbow? The elbow is roughly here. And we go down, fold it a bit here, again, straight down. And then you have to think about the relationship between the folds. So that means here, if it's folding here, chances are it's going to come out a bit here, right? Then go in, come back out, like so. Because there is a relationship between folds. And then obviously this line here is far too straight. So I'm going to pull it in, pop it out, and crease it up the top here. The relationship with the fold, that material would go in this direction and down and around. And then we've got something that resembles a shirt. Obviously, I haven't added the shading, but you did see how I started that. I started it literally like this. You see? And then now what I do is, okay, let's add the shoulder, the chest. Now I can add, it doesn't have to be hatch, right? It doesn't have to be hatch. It could also be block shading, but I'm just using hatch because I've got a pen and I can't fill my shading quick enough. And that's how I do it. I'm not saying that it's the best way, but I find it works for me, for my level of folds. And the smaller you do the fold, the softer the material, right? So if I see that these folds look a little bit too heavy, I'll add a little bit more to it to soften the material. So more folds, more material. And soft material, you fold. So for example, this looks quite hard, more like a denim. So then let's say I want to have a soft material. So then I add softer, small, soft folds. This looks a bit odd, but I think you get what I mean. So, okay, I've filled enough. There you go. Yes, rounded is soft. See that? It's rounded, softer material. So the more you fold it, the softer it looks. And the more rounded you make it, the softer it looks. Like so, you see? I'm just adding some random folds and it looks like a soft material. I'm going to go quite deep here. And then obviously here we've got more angular, slightly more angular, but still rounded. It makes it look a little bit more like a canvas or denim type material. But here we would say that this is probably more like a cotton. It looks like a bit of a wound actually. In red it looks a bit weird. Does look a bit weird in red. I should have done it a different color. It looks like a wound. I'm good, thank you. Doing well. Yes, whenever you're drawing anything, you have to be clear as to what material you're drawing. So then you know exactly how it behaves when it folds. Very important. So, say for example, this young lady here, I want a soft material. So that means I'm going to go flowy. I'm flowing the material. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you don't want it to be like cardboard on her body. You know, you want the hair to flow, you know, and then you want the folds to flow as well. So you have to find your flow. Like here, this is soft material. It's folded and it's got many wrinkles, right? So like here, we're adding many folds. And that softens it. Here is a harder material, as we've identified before. And then if you're drawing anime, you would probably, as I said, block it, shade it in blocks, like so. See, so that's block shading. And then you would color that fully in a darker version of the color of the material, or even black. And as you can see, my light source is coming from here, like so. Yeah. Yeah, wrinkles and folds tutorial. Yes. How you doing, Alex? You're just a little bit late, but I'm recording this one, so all is not lost. I hope you're doing well. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Yeah, this is being recorded. It's about wrinkles and folds. So we've just gone through from harder materials and then to soft, hard to soft. So this is the process that we've gone through. I've just drawn a basic sleeve here just to show how you can depict a harder material here, which would probably be a denim type material, and then here would be maybe a softer, more cotton type material. So that's basically what we've studied today. Can you say, I can say that, but I don't know what do you mean? What should I say? No, I'm not going to say that, Gabriel. I don't know what you mean. Oh, thank you, family. I think so. Oh, family too. Oh. Well, I do a lot of tutorials like this, so if you like this kind of tutorial, you're going to love the others because they're just as good. Ask Najla and DJ Manny. And DJ Manny, thank you very much for the gift. That is very kind of you. Very kind indeed. As you guys know, I'm not doing this for the money. I'll probably earn 0.01 pence today. So I'm not doing this for the money. I just do it to encourage people to draw. So if you like my style and you like my philosophy, then do your best to support me by just following. And just mainly the YouTube is the one that would help me the most. That'd be the one that would really help. What time is it? It's 10:30. I'm an award-winning art teacher. I'm getting better, mate. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Promise. No, I didn't. I'm not even really an art teacher. I stumbled into art that way. Teaching, I should say. I stumbled into it. I am not even an art teacher. I haven't got any qualifications in teaching. Now the next tutorial is going to be me drawing your face for the world to see. You're going to be famous, Najla. You're going to be famous. Yeah, I might do one on, you know what I might do? I might, because as you know, I'm starting to color now as well. So I didn't used to color that much, but I've got some, what are they called? Can't remember. They're almost like, what are they called? And I need to practice with them. Oh, I've lost them. Can't find them. Oh, I'll find them another time. I've got these paints. I'm gonna start doing some watercolors as well. So be prepared, because I used to be quite good at painting. But there you go. There's another fold. Start it as a tube. That's what I would do. Or let's say the arm is bent again, or the leg. It doesn't really matter. You can follow the shape of the muscle, for example. Let's follow the shape of the muscle. Then we add our folds. And then we are cooking. See? Just like that. Just like that. Tommy Cooper. Razor. Thank you, Razor. Yeah, I will. Definitely. I used to be good at watercolors. I used to be quite good. And I painted with oils as well, but I'm not going to do oils. When I retire, I'll probably graduate onto oils. I'll have a nice studio and I will simply paint, but then I'll go big scale and I'll be earning tons of money. And then I won't speak to you guys anymore. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I won't do that. I would never do that. So let's just drape this material here. So if you're new to my channel and I sound like I'm always taking the mickey, we do have a laugh in my live streams. So never take it personally. It's just the way we just have a bit of fun every now and again. It's a nice little crew. Oh yeah, that's the plan. That is actually the plan. That I will get too famous to remember you, only you, not DJ Manny. DJ Manny is loading me with gifts. I'm gonna always remember DJ Manny. I'm gonna get DJ Manny to play music at my exhibitions. Not you, unless you can dance. I'll get Najla to dance, and like, oh, she can't dance. I'm like, oh, she said she could. I just flew her over from Dubai. Can't believe it. She can't dance for nuts. I'm gonna have to get Jess over, and Jess can't dance either. I'm like, oh, Manny, do you know anyone? Oh dear, no, I'm terrible. That's why I don't have any friends. That's why I draw all the time. I don't have any friends because I laugh at my own jokes all the time. And it's really embarrassing. But never mind. There you go. So we've just draped something over that arm. Oh, is she? Oh, Jesus. You don't want to manage my finances, especially not my online ones. You'd be like, right, okay, okay, yeah, I'm just looking at your finances, and you have made this year, and you're looking at your calculator, and you're going like this. You calculate, and you're like, I have to say, this year you've made 24 pence. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. And there's me accepting all these gifts from Manny, and they're worth like 2p. He's given me 2p all year. Never mind, eh? I'm not doing it for the money, obviously. Anyway, enough of my drunken rambling. Has anyone got any questions? But no, maybe Manny's given me, as I say, he probably sent me a Bentley, man. I could buy a Bentley now. I don't even know. He just said, I'm going to send this guy enough money to buy a Bentley. Before I forget, look, and see, I talk too much sometimes. So look, if you look here at this, if I add a piece of material behind the arm here, and I just block it off, we have material behind and in front. You see that? So this is behind. We see the arm, the badly drawn arm, right? But you guys know I can draw arms properly. But here we've got the arm. If you darken that, you have material behind and material in front. So let's do that again. Just quickly, I'm going to draw a random piece of material. Let's wave it off here. Let's peek it here a little bit. And then this is behind. Let's add some folds, thinking how it peaks every now and again, like so. Where it folds downwards, we add a little bit of shading. And definitely what is behind, we add a lot more, not a lot more, but a little bit more shading. We're going to darken that off. And now we have a piece of material behind another piece of material. Could be the same piece, right? Like so. There you go. That's all, folks. So I hope that helped. It was a good one, actually. I think we covered some good stuff. I'll give you guys another minute or two before I have to head off, because then I'm going to work to make some real money. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to support me. that would be the best. I tend not to say that enough. And hopefully I'll make 24p out of TikTok this year. Good stuff. That's what I like to see. Multitasking. Anyone got any questions? Before I wind this down. As you can see, we've gone, I gradually got more complicated. And I think we've covered it quite well. I'm going to give you guys a moment before I head off. And maybe maybe we can do another tutorial later on after, because I've only got a short shift today. So maybe we'll do another one later on. I might even draw Najla, who knows? I'll have to check, see if the photographs are nice. If they're not, I won't draw them. Oh, thank you, Peter. If it's your first time, you can find a lot of tutorials on drawing anime, like so. Like so. I draw like that. I do a ton on anatomy. If you like anatomy, then you're in the right place. I do tons on how to draw hands holding objects. So check that all on my YouTube. I've got a couple of random drawings here. The Joker, some young lady, I have no idea. So there you go. So I'm pretty well versed in many areas. How would you draw a piece of paper, fold twice? It's not that difficult. If this is our piece of paper, we'll bend it here. And then we've got our fold twice. And how I would start that, like a Z. Tick, tack, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got folded piece of paper. Drop the pen. You got that, Polo. If you did get that, Polo, was it off screen? Nah, it wasn't off screen. No, it wasn't. How can that be off screen? I can see it myself. You're off screen. I think the fold of paper must be. Oh, that's easy. It is easy. But you just made me look really good there. You made me look really cool because that is so. I made it look so. I made it look easy. It's actually quite complicated. And that wasn't off screen. Who said that? Katie. That wasn't off screen. No way. Because that would be over there. Nah. I'm going to check it later on. Good. Okay, I've got to go. It's 55 minutes. I calculated 45. So, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this. I will post this on my TikTok stream. And I will post the video on my YouTube. Yeah, you sort your life out. Sort your life out before you start stressing a brother out, mate. What's wrong with you? Take it easy, everyone. Glad to see you all. Oh, 45 in the room. Wow, that is brilliant. I'm glad to see that so many people enjoyed it. And if you are not subscribed, please do so. And if you've got a suggestion, let me know. We can sit and draw together, right? I don't have to come up with all the ideas. Just let me know, and if I can do it, I'll just have a look at it and we can go through it together. And what was the one thing I was going to say? Oh, I forgot. I'm getting old. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And if you use any techniques and I taught you it, if you mention me, I'll post it on my story. Guaranteed. I've done it a few times already. So I want to see your artwork. Manny. No hiding behind the DJ box, mate. Najla. Turbulences. I want to see your artwork. Right? Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, you'll be ready, mate. I'll probably look at that. That's not bad. That's an easy one as well. Not easy, but it's self-explanatory. Good. I wish you all a lovely day. And I hope to see you. Yeah, I could see behind the DJ box. Oh, dearie me. That was a good one. And then what I might do is, you know what I might do? I might do another one on clothing, but we literally draw a person. So it'll be stage 2. So we can do a stage 2 of hatching clothing. So this was a basic one. So then hopefully we can go a little bit more intermediate. Yeah? Brilliant stuff. Take care, everyone. Nice to see you. And thank you very, very much for your support. And we will see each other very soon. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.